Hello everyone, myself Shinde working as Assistant Professor at Department of Physics, KTHM College Nasik. Today we are going to discuss MSc second year, semester 3rd, paper number 4, that is the course of Energy Studies first. In this lecture, we have to cover the two topics. First one, climatic change, and second one, global warming. We have to discuss with first one, climatic change. Climatic change is likely to both increase electricity demand for cooling in the summer and decrease electricity, natural gas, heating oil, and wood demand for heating in the winter. New infrastructure investment may be necessary to meet increased energy demand. Essentially, peak demand during heat wave. In this point, the climatic change means increased electricity demand for cooling in summer and decreased electricity. Means electricity demand is high and electricity available is decreased or small. That's why to use a natural gas, heating oil and wood demand for heating in the winter. That is condition or that situation is known as climatic change. New infrastructure investment may be necessary to meet increased energy demand. Essentially, peak demand during heating wave. That is the climatic change. Climatic change would affect the amount of water available to produce electricity or exact fuel. Means the climatic change would affect the amount of water available to produce electricity. Water is how many available or electricity produced. That is the availability of the water and or exact fuel. In areas where water is already scarce, competition for water between energy production and other uses would increase. Sea level rise and more frequent intense storms could disturb energy production and delivery by demanding electricity infrastructure, fuel delivery infrastructure, and equipment, power plants or storage facilities. Means this production of demand is less and the availability or production demand is the disturbed energy production. Means the demand is high and production is less. That is why the disturbing energy production and delivery by demanding energy infrastructure, fuel delivery infrastructure, and equipment, power plants, and storage facilities. This is the effect by the climatic change or high demand of the energy or water. Now, discuss with climatic change by which factors is affected or which factors is affected that the environment. First one, warming temperature of the earth's surface and the oceans. Second climatic change is sea level rise. Next climatic change is changes in global water cycle. Next climatic change is declining glaciers and snowpack. Next one, ocean acidification. These the climatic change factors by the environment. Now, another one point is climate changes is causing critical global environmental changes. In this point, first is warming temperature of the earth's surface and the oceans. The earth have warmed at a rate of 0.13 degrees centigrade per decade since 1957, almost twice as fast as its rate of warming during the previous century. Means the earth warming rate is twice by the previous year centuries. Means in 1957 this warming rate is earth is Earth warming rate is 0.13 degrees centigrade, and previous year's rate is almost the twice. Twice means 0.26 degrees centigrade is very high, means the climatic change is very high. Okay, that's next point is change in the global water cycle, hydrological cycle, that is also known as hydrological cycle. Over the past century, there have been distinct geographical changes in total annual precipitation, with some areas experiencing severe and long-term drought and other experiencing increased annual precipitation. Two factors that affecting the areas experiencing severe and long-term drought and other experiencing increased annual precipitations. These factors to affect that the change in the global water cycle and hydrological cycle. That's the frequency and intensity of storms increase as the atmosphere warms and it able to hold more water vapors. Next point is declining glaciers and snowpack. Across the globe, nearly all glaciers and decreasing in area, volume and mass. Across the globe, nearly all glaciers are decreasing in area, volume and mass. 1 billion people living in river watersheds fed by glaciers and snowmelt and thus impacted. These the declining glaciers and snowpack affect that. The next one, sea level rise. Warmer water expands, so as ocean warms, the increased volume of water is causing sea level rise. Melting glaciers and snowpack also contribute to rising seas. Next one point is ocean acidification. Ocean absorb about 20% of emitted CO2 from the atmosphere, leading to acidification of seawater. These global changes result in what we experience as change in our local weather and climate. The global changes results in what we experience as a change in our local weather and climate is here 2 points. The first point is greater variability with weather waves dries and hotter hots. This the first point is here that very clearly great variability with weather waves dries and hotter hots. Next point is more frequent and severe extreme heat events. Next point is more severe droughts. Next point is more intense precipitation such as severe rains, winter storms and hurricanes. Next point is higher average temperatures and longer forest-free summers. Longer wildfire seasons and worse wildfires. Loss of snowpack and earlier spring runoff. Next is recurrent coastal flooding and high tide and storm surges. Next is more frequent and severe floods due to intense precipitation and spring snowmelt. Next is worsening air quality. Higher temperatures increase production of ozone, a key contributor to smoke and pollen, as well as increasing the risk of wildfires. Next point is longer pollen seasons and more pollen production. That is the acidification point is covered, and to also cover that the climatic change. These factors to affect that the climatic change by the environment. Now, discuss with next point, global warming. Global warming related to the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's surface that have been observed in recent years, and it is projected to continue. Climatic change means increase in average temperature of the Earth. This is known as global warming. It is dedicated as the weather. This is a natural occurrence, and whether human activity have impact or accelerated it. Global warming is the increase in average temperature of the Earth's near surface air and oceans. That is known as global warming. Global warming means it is the increase of average temperature of the Earth's near surface air and oceans. That situation or that condition is known as global warming. Most of the observed temperature increase is caused by increase by concentration of greenhouse gases. These the factors affect that global warming. Means the increase of temperature and increase of concentration of greenhouse gases. That's why to form the global warming. Now discuss with greenhouse gases. In greenhouse gases, to available how many greenhouse gases and this percentile of the global warming affect the greenhouse gases. The first greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide is present on global warming condition that the 9 to 26%. Okay, next one methane. Methane is affect that the 4 to 9% of availability of greenhouse gases in a global warming. Okay, next one ozone. Ozone is 3 to 7% is available on greenhouse gases by the global warming condition, and last one is water vapor is 36 to 70%. 36 to 70% is available from the greenhouse gas is global warming. Okay. Now, next point is causes of global warming. First causes is emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, etc. into the atmosphere. This is the first cause of global warming is that the emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, etc. whether the atmosphere is openly atmosphere that. Okay, next one is the major causes is carbon dioxide is 80% of available or produced by the global warming. Okay, 80% carbon dioxide is produced at the global warming, and last one is 20% by methane and nitrous oxide. Okay, that is the causes of global warming. Now, first one detail discuss with carbon dioxide. The major source of carbon dioxide is the power plants burning of fossil fuels for the purpose of electricity generation. So, how many cause of carbon dioxide of global warming? The first one is the major source of carbon dioxide is the power plants. Power plants through carbon dioxide is generated, and next one is the burning of fossil fuels for the purpose of electricity generation. The electricity generation purpose, that the fossil fuels is burned, then the produce the carbon dioxide is major or large scale. That another one, about 20% of carbon dioxide emitted in the atmosphere come from the burning of gasoline in the engine of the vehicles, that's the cars or motorcycles. The percentage or the purpose of these vehicles are large there. That's why the to affect that atmosphere to carbon dioxide is produces is 20% of carbon dioxide are emitted to atmosphere come from the burning of gasoline in the engine of vehicles is the causes of the global warming of carbon dioxide. Okay, next one is methane. Methane is more than 20 times as effective as a CO2 at in trapping heat in the atmosphere. Next point is methane is obtaining from resources such as rice paddies, bovine fluctuants, bacteria in bogs, and fossil fuels manufacture. That's why the methane gas is formed. Next one is nitrous oxide. The main source of nitrous oxide include nylon and nitric acid production. Cars with catalyst converts the use of fertilizers in agriculture and the burning of organic matter. That's why the nitrous oxide is formed. Which condition or major source is nitrous oxide formation is nylon and nitric acid production. That's why the nitrous oxide is major or large scale produce. Okay, that's why the cars and catalyst converters. That's why this condition is also produce the nitrous oxide. The use of fertilizers in agriculture and the burning of organic matters. That's why also the produce the nitrous oxide. Okay, now the next one is deforestation. Cutting and burning of forest for the purpose of residence and industrialization. That's why the deforestation is also the global warming major factors or causes of global warming is a major point or major topic. That's the deforestation. Cutting and burning the forest for the purpose of residence and industrialization. That's why here to cover the causes of global warming. Okay, now a next point is effect of global warming. First one, increasing the average temperature of the earth is the effect of global warming. Next one, alteration in the ecology including an increasing sea level and modifying the quantity and pattern of rainfall. That's why this is the also effect of global warming. Next one, boost and occurrence and concentration of severe climate events such as floods, famines, heat waves, twisters. This is the also effect of global warming. Glaciers melting, laser summers, steam flows, genius extinction and rise in the range of disease vectors. This is the effect of global warming. Next effect is various new diseases have emerged. Next is the global warming is extending the distribution of mosquitoes due to the increase in humidity levels and their frequent growth in warmer atmosphere. And last effect is effect the marine life is the effect of global warming. Next point is simple steps for reducing the global warming. First one, reduce, reuse, recycle. The most important step first is reduce, reuse and recycle. Next is use less heat and air conditioning. Next is change a light bulb by CFL. Next step of reducing the global warming is drive less and drive smart. Drive less and drive smart is the Next step of reducing global warming is by energy efficient products. Next step is use less hot water. Next step is get a report card from your utility company. This is the step of reducing the global cycle. Next one, use the off switch. And next one, plant a tree. And the last one, encourage other to cover. This is the simple steps for reducing the global warming. In this lecture, we have covered the climatic change and the global warming. Which factors to affect or which factor to reduce, that is the global warming. In this lecture, we have to detailed study. Thank you.